Hello, good morning everyone. Welcome back. So today I'm going to talk about one of the questions which many students ask me. Ma'am, I have prepared very well for the exam, but when I go to the exam hall, I see everybody, especially the scholars, and my mind goes blank and I start doubting myself. What do I do about it? How do I overcome it? So today let's see what are the key things which are required for any student who goes for any exam. Okay, so let's begin with the first one. So let's see the first one. So the first key that you have is your preparation. Now when I talk about preparation, what are the certain things that you need to keep in mind when you are actually preparing? First, when you actually sit down to prepare, first you begin with your timetable. So make a timetable, see how you can fit in all the subjects so that then you can actually have a better structure to your learning. Now, when you're learning itself, what is it that you need to take care of? So when you're learning, what you need to take care of is how can I prepare a mind map, or how do I prepare a concept map, and how do I remember the concepts better. Now, a lot of things which students actually end up forgetting to do once they have finished their preparation is this, which is the self-testing questions. Now, why is that the most important part of your preparation? Now, if you remember, when we started off with our video, I said that the student is well prepared, but by the time they go to the exam hall, they have already forgotten everything because they are comparing themselves with others. Now, one way to combat that particular comparison is to self-test yourself and see how well you are prepared on that particular concept. So once you have that confidence, it doesn't matter whether you're sitting next to a scholar or you're sitting next to anybody. So please remember to test yourself whenever you are studying. And the third and the most important part when you're talking about your preparation is to keep your social media off. Now that when I say social media, it not only includes your Facebook, your Instagram, but to a large extent it also includes your WhatsApp. Now what happens is when you open your WhatsApp while you're preparing, you tend to get again that into that complex, like, oh my god, he or she has finished so much, I have only done this much, now how am I going to do all of that? And because of that, your brain again keeps going into that same mode of I have not done enough, I need to do more. And to make sure that that thought does not come back again, you will do everything to avoid it. Now the second and the most important thing when you're talking about this particular aspect is your mental makeup or your attitude. Now preparation is only one part of the story. The second part of the story is also how you think. What is your basic self-talk? Meaning what is it that I'm telling myself or yourself about you? Okay. So when you're talking about the mental makeup, the first thing is positive self-talk. Now, what do I mean by positive self-talk? How do I start with that? So when you're thinking, look out for words like, no, I can't do this. I was never good at math. I will never be able to do this. I always go wrong in calculations. I will never improve in this. Or I always do the silly mistakes. Now, when you're having such thoughts, try to replace it with any of these following statements. Now, please understand it's not going to be easy to do this overnight. But if you can think about it this way, a person who goes to the gym overnight does not get the six-pack, correct? He or she has to continuously exercise that same muscle over and over again so that they will be able to get that six-pack that they desire. The same way, when you know that you want to do well in the exam, when you know that this is what you want, all these negative thoughts that you get, which start off with these words which I just mentioned, try to replace them with any of these and constantly keep repeating it to yourself. So, for example, if you say that if you're telling yourself that I can't do this, I did not get this, so I'm not going to do it. So why don't you replace it with a thought which says, okay, fine, I didn't get it now. It's okay. I still have time to work on it. Or, okay, I got this much percentage right. I just need to work on getting the remaining percentage correct. Or it could always be like, I never am good at math. Then try to replace the thought, okay, it seems tough, but it is not impossible. Let me plan it out or ask for assistance. Now, when I talk about ask for assistance, I'm talking about asking your teachers, asking your tutors, asking your tuition teachers, anybody. Ask them for help. There's nothing wrong in asking help. And that is the most important part. Sometimes it can also be like it's very scary and overwhelming. You have so many things to do and you don't know what to do, and it makes you feel very scared. When you feel like that, tell yourself, okay, it's temporary. It will pass. Let me try to keep my entire focus on my task at the hand. Okay. Now, another thing is, one of the most common things the students say is, I always get only this much. I will not get more than these marks. This is all that I am good at. But when you're sitting and studying, when you have this kind of thought, you're actually limiting yourself. Instead, think about it this way. There is no proof or guarantee that it will happen just like how it happened in the past, because I am better prepared now. So it is very important that you look at your positive self-talk to actually help you to overcome these words which are actually self-limiting. Please remember, the grass is greener on the other side always. Always. For example, if you go to, let's say, any person and ask them, they will always say, I wish I had what that other person has. Go and ask any scholar also. They will always wish that there is something that they don't have within themselves that they want it because it is there in the other person. So you cannot actually compare yourself with others because it actually doesn't make sense. How are you going to actually end up doing anything fruitful if you constantly keep comparing yourself? Okay. Now come to the third and the most important key point. Focus on your own self. I am very sure that each of you have your own strengths. The strengths can be in any way. It could be the fact that you know how to remember things. It could be the fact that you know how to draw the diagrams beautifully. It could be the fact that you know how to write very well. All of these are your strengths. Keep your thoughts always on your strengths so that that will become your basic self-motivator. And whatever your journey of small successes was, that small success could be the fact that when you were self-testing yourself, you managed to get, let's say, out of 10 questions, 6 questions right. Pat yourself on the back. Getting 6 questions right after preparing for 2 hours is good. Then, when you take a break and you come back and you manage to get 8 questions out of the 10 right, again pat yourself on the back. So, when you constantly keep doing this to yourself, it will slowly build your confidence. And the most important part when you're talking about focus on self is taking care of your own physical body. Sleep for a minimum of 5 hours, a maximum of 6 hours. You sleep anything less than this, your focus for the exam will not be that concrete. Food. I know that you love junk food and I know that you would want to prefer it anytime during the day, but especially during your exam time, these junk foods do not actually help you to stay healthy, neither do they actually help you to get whatever the nutrients that your body requires. So try to stick for that next 1.5 months on your mom's well-cooked food and a balanced diet. And very importantly, please drink lots of water. Drink at least 5 to 6 cups of water every hour. It's okay if you have to get up and go to the washroom. Your body has to constantly stay hydrated. Okay, and the last one, exercise. Now when I say exercise, it does not mean that you go to the football field, or you go to the badminton court, or you go to the tennis court, or you go to the cricket ground to play for 4-5 hours. It could be a very simple thing of just doing some jumping exercises at your own room for about 10-15 minutes, or it could be a simple thing of you doing squatting for 10 to 15 minutes, or it could be a simple thing of doing 10 to 15 minutes of your let's say skipping. The whole idea is to get the adrenaline running. So being a biology teacher, the adrenaline basically helps you to make sure that your blood gets pumping. And if the blood gets pumping, it will push in all the oxygen that is required for your cells so that you can do whatever the work that is necessary. So this warm-up exercise, try to do it every time you feel very lethargic, or you feel lazy, or you feel as if, you know what, I cannot do this right now. So this exercise basically makes you as alert as possible to be able to do what you need to do. And before I end this video, I'd like to mention 2 more things. First, every time during your preparation, I'd like you to keep this chart in mind. Obviously, the first thing that comes to your mind is, no, I won't do it because I have not done well before, so there's no point doing it. Try to push yourself with whatever the tips that we have just discussed now. So when you say, I won't do it, I can't do it, try to change your self-talk. Try to change it to, okay, I want to do it. Now, most of the students at this point, when I am making this video, they're at this 3rd stage, which is I want to do it. How do I do it? I just gave you the tips on how you need to prepare. I'll try to do it. Now, when you try to do it, obviously at some point in time, you will fall down. You may not be able to achieve your target in the first go. It's okay. Try to change your self-talk and try to be able to push yourself to go into the next step, where you come to the stage where you tell yourself that I can do it. Once you come to I can do it, automatically you will be motivated to go to I will do it. And when you finally see, when you keep your focus on I will do it, automatically that will translate into your results, which is yes, I did it. Okay. And I like to end this video by saying that never compare yourself with others. You are you. You are an unique and important person. There is nobody who can be whatever that you are. So there is no point comparing yourself with others and telling that, oh my God, he is that, she is that. You are you. And you need to believe more in yourself than the rest of the world. Because at the end of the day, you are the only person who will be the best self-motivator. My best wishes to each of you for your exam, and I'm sure you will all do brilliantly. Take care. Bye.